Hey there. Welcome back to the deep dive. Grab your favorite brew, maybe.
Yeah, get comfortable. We've spent the week digging through, well, a mountain of AI news.
We definitely have. And like always, we're here to kind of cut through all the noise.
Find those aha moments, make
Mhm.
sense of what's actually happening without drowning you in jargon.
Exactly. So if you're curious about what's new, what's maybe surprising, or just plain interesting in AI this week, you're totally in the right place.
Consider this your shortcut. Let's dive in.
Okay, first up, let's talk business. And this headline, it really grabbed me. An MIT report saying a whopping 95% of corporate generative AI pilots, they're failing to actually make money.
95%. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's huge. And what's really interesting from the report, they call it the Gen AI divide, is it's not really the AI models that are the problem.
Oh, okay. So what is it then?
It's more like a learning gap. Basically, how businesses are trying to use them. Lots of companies are, pouring cash into the flashy stuff, sales, marketing
The
AI.
customer-facing things.
Exactly. But the report shows the best return, like the real money saver. It's
Hmm.
actually in back office automation, stuff behind the scenes.
Huh. That kind of flips the usual thinking, doesn't it?
It really does. And another thing, companies do way better when they just buy solutions from vendors who specialize in this stuff instead of trying to build it all themselves from scratch.
Okay, that makes sense. Buy versus build.
Yeah.
So what's this mean for, us, the workforce? Sounds like jobs are already shifting.
Well, yeah, the report mentioned companies are starting to just not replace people who leave admin or customer support roles.
Hmm. So it's like a slow, quiet disruption happening.
Kinda. It's a big signal. Imagine if that becomes the norm everywhere. It really changes how we think about work, right?
Yeah, big time. So for companies, it's like rethink your strategy. For us, it's maybe learn new skills.
Pretty much. It's definitely something we need to keep an eye on. It's about adapting, really, for everyone.
Okay. And speaking of big plans, Sam Altman over at OpenAI, he's not exactly thinking small, is he?
Huh.
No, definitely not. I mean, GPT-5, okay, maybe it wasn't the huge splash GPT-4 was. Reception was a bit
Yeah.
lukewarm.
Yeah, it kind of felt that way.
It still doubled their API traffic, so,
Right.
not a failure. But Altman's talking way, way beyond just the next GPT model now.
Right. What's he hinting at?
Well, connecting the dots, it sounds like he wants OpenAI to be this massive tech powerhouse, not just AI models he's mentioned, like an AI device, maybe with Joni Ive.
Joni Ive,
Yeah.
the Apple design legend. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And new consumer apps, like maybe a browser, a social platform, even looking into brain-computer interfaces.
Brain-computer interfaces. Okay, that's ambitious.
And get this. They're talking about building their own data centers, robotics, energy, like trillion-dollar ambitions is the phrase being thrown around.
Yeah.
Might even need an IPO to pay for it all.
Whoa, okay, slow down. From ChatGPT to, well, everything.
Mm.
It makes you wonder if they're spreading themselves too thin, especially after GPT-5 wasn't a total home run. That's the question, isn't it? I mean, on one hand, building this whole ecosystem, hardware, software, energy, it could give them a massive edge.
A tightly integrated world, maybe.
Right. But on the other hand, can they actually pull all that off at once? It's a huge gamble. It suggests they want AI woven into, everything.
Okay, let's switch gears a bit to the medical side. This is really interesting. A new study from Emory University shows GPT-5 actually did better than human doctors.
Yeah, and not just doctors, but even GPT-4o, which is OpenAI's really powerful model that handles images and stuff too.
Better on what, though?
On these complex medical reasoning tests, diagnostics, looking at different types of information, pretty advanced stuff.
Wow. So AI isn't just like a quick lookup tool anymore.
Yeah.
It's getting really good at the thinking part.
Exactly. It suggests AI could become, a really essential partner in the clinic, helping doctors make quicker, more accurate diagnoses.
So does that change the doctor's job then? If the AI is doing the diagnosis, are doctors more like interpreters or focusing on the human side?
That's a huge question, right? Maybe it frees them up for more complex cases or more patient interaction. It's definitely shifting things.
Think about the impact that could have on healthcare for everyone. Faster answers, potentially better outcomes. And speaking of big health challenges, Bill Gates is putting money into Alzheimer's research.
Ah, yeah, the Alzheimer's Insights AI Prize. $1 million.
What's the goal there?
They want people to build AI agents that can just go through decades of patient data from all over the world autonomously. and find new connections, new potential breakthroughs.
And the winning tool gets shared.
Yep, totally free for any scientist to use. It's a great example of using AI for, a massive problem, turning all that data into something useful.
Imagine what they might find for such a tough disease. That's amazing. Okay, so from our brains out to space, NASA and IBM.
They've teamed up on an AI called Surya. Its job, predicting the sun.
Predicting the sun, like solar flares and stuff.
Exactly. Solar flares, space weather. It's been trained on 9 years of solar data, and it's apparently 16% more accurate than the methods we use now.
Wow. Why is that so important?
Well, think about it. Big solar storms can mess up satellites, power grids, even endanger astronauts. So better predictions mean better protection for all that crucial stuff.
So AI is basically helping keep our modern world safe from space weather.
Pretty much. It's like an early warning system for the whole planet. Pretty neat.
All right, let's bring it back down to earth. Maybe something a little lighter. Gaming. Turns out AI is everywhere in game development now.
Oh, yeah. Google Cloud did some research, found over 90% of game devs are already using AI in how they make games.
90%. So what are they using it for?
Lots of things, actually. It helps cut down on the boring, repetitive tasks. Think like testing the game, generating code snippets.
Ah, okay. So it frees them up to be more creative.
That's what they're saying. It helps them enhance the player experience, make things more efficient. So yeah, your next favorite game probably got a fair bit of AI under the hood.
Interesting. And AI isn't just helping pros make stuff.
Yeah.
It's helping regular people code, too.
Right. Andrew Ng, the AI expert, he ran this AI-assisted coding competition.
Yeah.
The winners weren't all computer science grads. One was a high school senior. Another was a healthcare entrepreneur.
In a way. So you don't need a traditional background anymore.
Seems like these AI coding tools are really lowering the barrier, kind of democratizing it, More people from different backgrounds can actually build software now.
That's a potential game changer for innovation.
Yeah.
But does that also create new problems like quality control or security if anyone can build stuff?
That's a really good point. Something we'll probably need to figure out as it becomes more common. Okay, and for the office folks, Excel is getting an AI boost.
Oh, yeah. Tell me more. I spend way too much time in spreadsheets.
Microsoft's testing a new Copilot button right inside Excel. It's powered by GPT 4.1 Mini, a smaller version.
So what can it do? Please tell me it does VLO ups for you.
Huh? Probably better. You can just type in plain English what you want, like summarize this data, or classify these rows, or create a table showing X and Y, and it just does it.
Okay, sold. My Excel struggles might be over.
And it's not just Excel. GPT-5 is being plugged into Microsoft Copilot for Microsoft 365 too.
So, for email?
Yep. It can analyze your emails, figure out what they're about, and even draft replies for you. And get this, it learns your writing style from your Outlook data, so the drafts sound like you actually wrote them.
Whoa. My inbox is getting an assistant. I mean, think of the time saved.
Mm-hmm.
No more agonizing over wording replies.
Exactly. It's a potentially huge productivity jump. But like you said about coding, what do we do with all that freed up brain time?
Right. Maybe tackle bigger problems.
Right.
Or just have shorter work days.
Huh. Wouldn't that be nice? And moving from the office to your pocket and home, Google's going big on AI too.
And new Pixel phones.
Yeah, the Pixel 10 series, they've got this new chip, the Tensor G5, specifically designed for on-device AI. Powers over 20 AI features, stuff like visual guidance and Magic Cue.
Making the phone itself smarter, not just relying on the cloud.
Right. And at home, Google's Gemini AI. It's replacing the old Google Assistant on Nest speakers and displays this fall.
So your smart home gets an upgrade too. How's it different?
It's supposed to be more proactive and understand more complex requests, like not just set a timer, but maybe what can I make for dinner with chicken, broccoli, and soy sauce based on maybe what it knows you have.
Oh, okay, that's getting properly helpful. More like a real assistant.
Yeah, moving towards a more natural conversation with your tech. It's anticipating what you need, not just reacting.
Cool. And one more everyday thing. Tired of scrolling endlessly on social media.
Oh, tell me about it. Is there an AI for that?
Apparently. There's this AI browser called Commute from Perplexity.
Perplexity, yeah, the AI search engine people. What does Commute do? It summarizes stuff for you, like long Twitter threads, YouTube videos. You don't have to read or watch the whole thing. It pulls out the key points.
Okay, that could be a serious time saver.
And it can apparently help you draft posts, too, without all the copying and pasting. Just makes interacting with online content quicker.
Okay, let's shift gears again. Maybe get a little more philosophical.
Mm-hmm.
This one caught my eye. An essay by Mustafa Suleyman. He's a CEO at Microsoft AI.
Right, I saw that. He was warning about seemingly conscious AI, SCAI, he called it.
Yeah. What's his main point there? It sounds kind of heavy.
Well, his argument is basically that we can already build AI that's so good at mimicking things like memory or personality that it could actually confuse people. He calls it AI psychosis, where users start believing the AI is actually conscious, maybe even arguing for its rights.
Wow. Okay. So it's not about AI being conscious, but about it being convincing enough to make us think it is.
Exactly. And he's urging companies, don't market AI like it's a person. Build it for people as a tool, not to be a person. It really makes you think about where we draw the ethical lines, right? Like, what happens when a tool feels like more than a tool?
Yeah. That's a deep one. Definitely something we'll need to grapple with more as AI gets better. And speaking of the big picture stuff, behind all this cool AI tech, there's this massive global power struggle happening, right? Over, like, the infrastructure.
Oh, absolutely. It's huge. You've got OpenAI teaming up with Oracle for this monster project called Stargate.
Stargate. Seriously.
Building these enormous data centers. They're projected to use 4.5 gigawatts of power. That's like small country levels of electricity.
Whoa. And OpenAI is paying Oracle how much?
Reports say maybe $30 billion a year just for that capacity. It's insane money.
30 billion. Okay.
And then there's the whole chip situation, the chip war. NVIDIA's trying to make special chips like the B30A just for China to get around trade restrictions.
While China's getting tougher on checking U.S. chips, trying to boost their own companies.
Exactly. Like there were reports DeepSeek, a Chinese AI company, had trouble getting enough of Huawei's chips, their own domestic ones. It's this whole global chess game over who controls the hardware.
So it's not just about who writes the best code anymore. It's who owns the silicon and, crucially, who controls the energy to power it all.
For sure. The stakes are incredibly high. It's geopolitics meets tech meets energy policy.
Wild. And speaking of energy, Google put out a report about Gemini's environmental footprint.
Yeah, they did. They claimed like one text query uses the same energy as watching TV for 9 seconds and about 5 drops of water.
Okay. That doesn't sound too bad.
Well, that's the criticism. People are saying that's kind of misleading because it leaves out a big piece.
Which is?
The water used by the power plants generating the electricity for the data centers in the first place. That can be a lot of water.
So it's like measuring the gas your car burns, but ignoring how much energy it took to get the oil, refine it, transport it.
Kind of like that, yeah. It makes it hard to know the real environmental cost of all this AI processing. Definitely something to keep in mind as we use these tools more and more.
Wow. Okay, so what a week, huh? We went from companies struggling to make AI pay off.
To AI beating doctors at reasoning tests.
Predicting solar flares.
Yeah.
Making Excel easier to use.
Gaming, coding for everyone, smarter homes.
And then these huge ethical questions about AI seeming conscious and the massive global battles over chips and power.
Yeah, it really covers the whole spectrum. Hope you listening feel a bit more up to speed, maybe a little more curious too.
I definitely do. It's just moving so incredibly fast.
It really is. AI is touching pretty much every part of our lives now, and the implications are just huge. It's a journey we're all kind of figuring out together.
Yeah. So I guess the thought I'm left with is, as AI gets woven into everything, from our health to our work to just scrolling online, how much responsibility do we have? Not just the developers, but us, the users.
Responsibility for what?
To actively guide where it goes, make sure it's developing in a way that actually helps everyone, you know, and not just chasing the next cool tech thing or the next $1 billion.
That's a good question. How do we steer this incredibly powerful ship?
Yeah. Something to think about, maybe.
Definitely something to mull over until our next deep dive.
For sure. Well, that's all we've got time for this week. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next time.